Dobrodošli na naš kanal. Danas vam donosimo nevjerojatnu priču iz srca Hrvatske, koja dokazuje da se najveći povijesni otkrici ponekad kriju na najneočekivanijim mjestima. Ovo je priča o jednostavnom šumaru koji je, planirajući samo popraviti svoju ogradu, otkrio jedan od najvažnijih srednjovjekovnih artefakata u hrvatskoj povijesti. Vrijeme je bio proljeće 2019. godine, a Marko Horvat, 52-godišnji šumar iz malog slavonskog sela Gornji Draganec, odlučio je konačno urediti svoj zapušteni vrt. Dok je kopao temelje za novu drvenu ogradu, njegova motika je udarila u nešto čudno. Komad drva koji je izgledao prestar i prečudan za to područje. Što je navelo ovog skromnog šumara da ne odbaci taj komad drva kao obični otpad? Kako je njegovo stručno oko prepoznalo da se radi o nečem posebnom? I zašto je njegov slučajni nalaz potresao hrvatske arheologe i povjesničare? Ako volite priče o nevjerojatnim otkrićima, skrivenim blagovima i o tome kako obični ljudi mijenjaju tijek povijesti, obavezno se pretplatite na naš kanal i ostavite like. U komentarima nam napišite iz kojeg dijela Hrvatske nas gledate, vrlo nas zanima naša regionalna zajednica. Jeste li spremni saznati kako je jedan komad drva iz dvorišta doveo do najvećeg arheološkog otkrića u Slavoniji u posljednjih 50 godina? Pridružite nam se u malom slavonskom selu gdje počinje jedna od najnevjerojatnijih priča o slučajnom otkriću koje je zapisalo lokalnu povijest. Marko Horvat rođen je 1947. godine u Gornjem Dragancu, malom selu u istočnoj Slavoniji, 10 kilometara od Đakova. Kao dijete školovao se u obližnjoj osnovnoj školi, a zatim završio šumarsku srednju školu u Našicama. Cijeloga života radio je kao šumar u hrvatskim šumama, najprije u velikim državnim šumarijama, a kasnije kao privatni antrepreneur koji se bavio sječom i uzgojem drva. Marko je bio tipičan slavonski čovjek, prizemno praktičan, tvrd radnik, čovjek koji je više volio raditi nego pričati. Njegovi susjedi u Gornjem Dragancu opisivali su ga kao tihog, pouzdanog čovjeka koji je uvijek bio spreman pomoći kad je trebalo. Marko je bio onaj tip čovjeka koji zna sve o drvetu, govori njegova susjeda Marija Kovač. Mogao je samo dotaknuti granu i reći ti koliko je staro drvo, kakve je vrste, kada je posjećeno. Ova ekspertiza za drvo bila je rezultat više od 30 godina rada u šumama. Marko je prošao sve, od rada kao mladog pripravnika koji je učio razlikovati hrast od bukve, do iskusnog šumara, koji je mogao procijeniti starost stabla samo po njegovoj strukturi. U šumarstvu nije važno samo znati posjeći drvo, objašnjavao je Marko. Treba razumjeti šumu kao živi organizam, znati čitati povijest svakog stabla. Kuća u kojoj je Marko živio nasljeđena je od njegovih djedova. Skromna slavonska kuća s velikim dvorištem, tipična za to područje. Kuća je bila stara i trebala je mnoge popravke, ali Marko nikad nije imao vremena za veće renovacije. Radio je puno, brinuo se za svoju majku do njezine smrti 2018. godine, a u slobodno vrijeme pomagao je susjedima s različitim poslovima koji su zahtijevali znanje o drvetu. Proljeće 2019. godine bilo je posebno. Marko je konačno odlučio da će uložiti neko vrijeme i trud u uređenje svojeg dvorišta. Majka je umrla prošle godine, kuća je prazna, vrijeme je da se nešto promijeni. Objašnjavao je prijateljima svoj plan. Htio je postaviti novu drvenu ogradu oko vrta, zasaditi novo voće, urediti prostor koji je godinama bio zanemaren. Prvi korak bio je skidanje stare, trulea ograde koja je okruživala vrt. Marko je planirao kopati nove temelje za ogradne stupove duž cijele granice svoga posjeda. To je bio veliki posao za jednog čovjeka, ali Marko je bio naviknut na teške fizičke radove. Slavonska zemlja je bogata, ali tvrdoglava, govorio je. Moraš je poštovati, ali i biti uporan. Kopanje je počelo početkom svibnja, kad je zemlja bila dovoljno suha za rad, ali još uvijek meka od proljetnih kiša. Marko je koristio kombinaciju motike i lopate, metodično kopajući rupe za stupove svakih 2 metra. Prva 3 dana prošla su bez ikakvih problema, obična slavonska zemlja, poneki kamen, ništa neobično. 4. dana, dok je kopao rupu za 5. stupac u redu, Markova motika udarila je u nešto što se nije činilo kao kamen. Bila je to čudna otpornost, spomina Marko. Nije bilo kao kad udariš kamen ili korijen, bilo je nešto drugačije. Očistio je zemlju oko predmeta i vidio ono što je u prvi mah izgledalo kao veliki komad trulog drva. Ali to drvo nije pripadalo tamo, objašnjava Marko. Bio sam šumar 30 godina, znao sam kakvo drvo raste u tom području, kako izgleda kad propadne u zemlji. Ovo je bilo drugačije. Prvo, bilo je preview staro. Drugo, vrsta drva nije bila slavonska. I treće, oblikom nije izgledalo prirodno. Umjesto da odbaci komad drva kao nepotrebno, Marko je pažljivo iskopao cijeli predmet. Bio je dugačak oko 70 cm, širok 30 cm i imao je vrlo pravilnu, gotovo geometrijski oblik. Kad sam ga očistio od zemlje, vidio sam da nije obični komad drva, sez Marko. Imao je gravure, simbole, nešto što je očigledno bilo napravljeno ljudskim rukama. Te večeri Marko je komad drva temeljito očistio u svojoj garaži. Pod slojevima zemlje i ostataka truležeji počeli su se otkrivati nevjerojatni detalji. Gravure su bile duboke i precizne. Prikazivale su simbole koje Marko nije mogao prepoznati, ali koje su vrlo obvijesli bile rad iskusnih majstora. Znao sam da sam našao nešto posebno, sez Marko. Nisam bio arheolog, ali nećeš biti šumar 30 godina, a da ne prepoznaš kada nešto nije iz ovog vremena. Sljedećeg jutra Marko je pažljivo fotografirao svoj nalaz iz svih moguć kutova. Gravure na komadu drva bile su izuzetno složene, kombinacija geometrijskih uzoraka, što je ličilo na heraldičke simbole, i nešto što je moglo biti tekst u nepoznatom pismu. Nikad nisam vidio ništa slično, govori Marko. A radio sam po čitavoj Slavoniji. Vidio sam stare crkve, spomenike, razne tradicijske objekte. Marko je prvo pozvao svoj najboljeg prijatelja, Stjepana Babića, koji je radio kao učitelj povijesti u osnovnoj školi u Đakovu. Stjepan je uvijek bio onaj koji zna o starnim vremenima, objašnjava Marko. Kad su djeca imala pitanja o povijesti našeg kraja, uvijek su pitala Stjepana. Babić je došao istoga dana i bio je jednako fascinated kao i Marko. Kad sam vidio taj artefakt, odmah sam znao da se radi o nečem srednjovjekovnom, govori Stjepan Babić. Stil gravura, način obrade drva, simboli, sve je pokazalo na vrijeme oko 15. ili 16. stoljeća, ali ono što me najviše impresioniralo bio je stupanj očuvanosti. Nakon 500 godina u zemlji, detalji su bili nevjerojatno jasni. Stjepan je prepoznao neki od simbola kao heraldičke oznake koje su koristile srednjovjekovne hrvatske noble familije. Jedan simbol licio je na grb obitelji Erdödi, koja je bila vrlo influential u tom području tijekom 15. stoljeća, objašnjava. Drugi simboli bili su mi nepoznati, ali stajl je definitivno bio iz tog perioda. A dvojica prijatelja provela su cijelo popodne proučavaju artefakt, pokušavajući dešifrirati što predstavlja. Marko je koristio svoje znanje o drvu da analizira materijal, dok je Stjepan pokušao prepoznati povijesne simbole. Drvo je bilo hrast, ali ne lokalni hrast, observes Marko. Struktura je pokazala da je to bio quality materijal, vjerojatno imported za neku posebnu svrhu. Postoje dvije mogućnosti, rekao je Stjepan. Ili je ovo dio neke važne konstrukcije, kao što je oltar ili kraljevski tron, ili je to relikvijar, kutija za čuvanje svetih ostataka. Simboli sugeriraju religious značenje, ali također i nobility povezanost. Sljedećeg dana Stjepan je kontaktirao svog kolegu s Filozofskog fakulteta u Zagrebu, dr. Ivana Müller, stručnjaka za srednjovjekovno art. Kad sam pokazao fotografije Ivanu, njegova reakcija bila je immediate, govori Stjepan. Rekao je da odmah dolazi u Slavoniju da vidi artefakt personally. Dr. Müller stigao je u Gornji Draganec 2 dana kasnije. Bio je to čovjek u 50. godinama, profesor na odsjeku za povijest art na Filozofskom fakultetu, autor several knjiga o hrvatskom srednjovjekovnom umjetnosti. Kad sam ugledao Markovo otkriće, znao sam da se radi o something extraordinary, govori dr. Müller. Ovo nije običan artefakt, objasnio je dr. Müller. Kvaliteta rada, kompleksiti simbola, stupanj preserved detalja, sve upućuje na to da se radi o objektu visoke važnosti. Možda je dio altara značajne crkve, možda royal kutija za documents, možda nešto još važnije. Doktor, Müller je pažljivo fotografirao i izmjerio artefakt, napravivši detaljnu dokumentaciju prije nego što je kontaktirao Croatian Conservation Institute u Zagrebu. Procedure za ovakve nalaze vrlo su striktne, objašnjavao je Marku. Artefakt must be properly conserved i studied prije nego što mogu donijeti konačne zaključke. U međuvremenu, Marko je nastavio kopati svoj vrt, ali sada much pažljivije. Ako se jedan artefakt našao tu, možda ima još, razmišljao je, i bio je u pravu. Sljedećeg tjedna, na udaljenosti od samo 3 metra od prvog nalaza, njegova motika opet je naišla na something unusual. Ovaj put bio je to metal object, nešto što je izgledalo kao decorative metal plate, također covered simbolima, ali now iz metala umjesto iz drva. Bio sam vrlo careful ovaj put, govori Marko. Nazvao sam Stjepana inan što sam izvukao objekt iz zemlje. Kada je dr. Müller vidio drugi artefakt, njegova excitedness bila je još veća. Tu povezana artefakta iz istog perioda i vjerojatno iste provenance, ovo suggests da se radi o značajnom archaeological site, rekao je. Marko je možda otkrio mjesto gdje je nekad stajala important srednjovjekovna structure. News o Markovom otkriću počela se širiti among Croatian academic zajednice. Archaeological Institute of Zagreb poslao je preliminary team da assess location i potencijalno important nalaze. Suddenly, moj miran vrt postao je centar archaeological aktivnosti, govori Marko s osmijehom, ali bio sam ponosan što može contribute Croatian povijesti. What Marko nije znao bilo je to da jego otkrića tek početak. Njegov vrt skrivao je tajne koje će prepisati povijest cijelog tog područja Slavonije. 3. tjedan nakon prvog otkrića, u Markov vrt stigao je cijel tim arheologa iz Zagreba. Vodio ih je dr. Ana Petrović, renomovana arheologinja, specialized za hrvatski srednjovijek. Kad smo analizirali fotografije i opise Markovih nalaza, postalo je jasno da se ne radi o slučajnim artefaktima, objašnjava dr. Petrović. Prostorna distribucija i stilističke karakteristike sugeriraju sistematičnu archeological strukturu. Tim je postavio metodičnu archaeological excavation na Markovom vrijeti. Imamo protokol za ovakve situations, objašnjava dr. Petrović. Prvo mapiramo područje, zatim započinjemo systematic digging u predefined sections, dokumentiramo svaki find i analiziramo stratigrafiju zemlje. Marko je fasciniran gledam arheologe kako rade. Bilo je kao gledati scientific ballet, govori. Svaki pokret bio je precise, svaki nalaz pažljivo cataloged i positioned na mapi. Nikad nisam vidio tako methodical approach bilo kojem poslu. Prvi značajan discovery dogodil se 3. dan excavation. Tim je otkrivao remains zidova, large kameni blokovi arranged u rectangular pattern. Architecture je bila clearly srednjovjekovna, govori dr. Petrović. Style zidova, metod konstrukcije, materials used, sve je pokazivalo na 15. stoljeće. Ali ono što je učinilo ovaj nalaz posebno important, bili su dodatni artefakti found within structure. U jednom uglu našli smo metal kutiju s coin iz vremena kralja Matije Korvina, objašnjava dr. Petrović. To nam je dalo precise dating za cijelu strukturu, druga polovina 15. stoljeća. Marko je sve vrijeme sudjelovao u excavation, koristeći svoje znanje o local terrain i soil composition da pomogne arheolozima. Marko je bio invaluable, govori dr. Petrović. Njegovo understanding local geology i njegov eye for unusual objects greatly accelerated naš rad. Što je postalo još more fascinating bio je discovery da structure nije bila isolated. Ground penetrating radar revealed extensive underground foundations extended preko cijele Markove property i čak preko granice u susjedove dvorište. Realized smo da je Marko žive literally na vrhu značajne srednjovjekovne sites, govori dr. Petrović. Archaeological evidence počeo je kreirati picture značajne srednjovjekovne institutions. Based na architectural pozostaci i artefaktima, vjerujemo da se radi o monastery complex ili manorial estate, velike important familije, objašnjava dr. Petrović. Quality construction i luxury objects suggest da su ovo bili very wealthy i powerful inhabitants. Najbolji arheologist na tim bio je mladi research assistant, Mag Hist. Tomislav Rajčić, specijalist za srednjovjekovnu Croatian heraldiku. Tomislav je bio onaj koji je konačno identified simbole na Markovom original artefaktu, govori dr. Petrović. Bio je breakthrough moment za naše understanding lokalne povijesti. Symbols na drvenoj cajša aren't just decorative, objašnjava Rajčić. Oni predstavljaju heraldic emblems kombinacije dvije važne Croatian noble families, Erdődy i Bastiani. Te dvije familije bile su married povezane vo 1470. godini, što nam daje precise datum kad je structure bio završeni. Ova connection između dvije noble families objasnila je why structure bilo tako elaborate i expensive. Erdődy-Bastiani alliance bila je jedna od najimportantnijih political partnerships vo 15. stoljeću Croatia, govori Rajčić. Njihova combined wealth i power allow them to grade spectacular residential complexes. Ali najveći surprise ainda je trebao doći. Tijekom 4. sedmica excavation, tim je otkrio nešto što je changed completely njihovo understanding site. U centru kompleksa, arheologi su otkrili remained elaborate chapel i v center of chapel bil je stone sarcophagus. Sarcophagus je bilo extraordinary, opisuje dr. Petrović. Carved od white marble, covered intricate sculptures i heraldic symbols. Clearly je bio designed za bardzo important burial. No kad su pažljivo otvorili sarcophagus, inside nisu našli bodies. Instead, found elaborate collection religious artifacts, including što appeared da je fragment od true cross. Realized smo da smo discovered major pilgrimage site, govori dr. Petrović. Ova nije bilo običan noble residence, bilo je religious center, značajno important dla cijelu region. People su došli ovdje from great distances da venerate holy relics. Marko je bio overwhelmed ovim revelations. Početak sam samo htio postaviti new fence, govori s incredulousness. A sada archaeologists govori da sam living na location jednog od najimportanijih srednjovjekovnih pilgrimage centers u Croatia. News o ovom extraordinary discovery quickly spread throughout Croatian academic zajednica i international medieval studies circles. Ovo je jedan od najsignifikantnijih archaeological discoveries u Croatia vo posljednjih 20 godina, declared Professor Dr. Miljenko Jurković od University od Zagreb, leading Croatian authority na srednjovjekovnu architecture, ali for Marko, najvažniji aspekt celog otkritka bio je što je to značilo za njegovo community. Suddenly, naš mali village postao je važan za Croatian povijest. People počeli su dolaziti ovdje da vide site, da learnu naš heritage. To je dao mom selu novi žicije. A si kako su se vijesti o otkriću širile, Gornji Draganec počeo je privlačiti pozornost iz cijele Europe. Dr. Heinrich Weber s univerziteta u Beču, one od najpoznatijih europskih stručnjaka za srednjovjekovne religious sites, došao je personally proučiti nalaz. Ovakav preservation religious artifacts iz 15. stoljeća je extremely rare, komentirao je. Site u Gornjem Dragancu može radically promijeniti naše understanding religious practices u srednjovjekovnoj Hrvatskoj. Marko je postao reluctant celebrity u svojoj zajednici. Lokalni mediji, zatim nacionalni, pa čak i neki međunarodni, počeli su dolaziti interviewing Šumara koji je prepisao povijest. Nisam comfortable s ovom attention, priznaje Marko. Ja sam samo čovjek koji voli raditi s drvom. Ova archaeological stuff je preko moje glave. No usprkos svojoj modesti, Marko je postao integral dio archaeological tima. Jeho znanje o lokalnom terrain, combined s novo acquired understanding archaeological methods, učinilo ga invaluable resource. Marko has developed remarkable eyes at spotting potential archaeological features, govori dr. Petrović. On može read earth kao što čita trees. Durante ljetu 2019. excavation se proširila da pokrijevo significant dio sela. Archaeological Institute dobio je special government funding za comprehensive survey cijelog područja. Ground penetrating grader revealed da se medieval complex protezao preko several properties, suggesting major settlement much veći nego što su initially imaginovali. Najdramatičnije otkriće došlo je u srpnju kada su arheologi, exploring što su vjerovali da je outer wall kompleksa, udarili na massive stone chamber buried 3 metra pod zemljom. Architecture był very different od main complex, opisuje dr. Petrović. Much older, possibly 13th ili early 14th century. Seemed da je bio crypt ili treasury od sort. Kad su pažljivo opened sealed stone door, interior chamber held treasures koje niko nije expected. Walls waren pokriven elaborate frescoes depicting scenes iz Croatian history, battles protiv Turks, coronation ceremonies, religious processions. No most spectacular bili su gold i silver objects arranged na stone shelves, chalices, crosses, manuscript illuminated as gold leaf. Ovo je bio private treasury major Croatian noble family, objašnjava Rajčić. Collection represents centuries nakopljene wealth i religious artifacts. Neki pieces date back the 13th century, drugi su clearly from 15th century. Predstavlja continual accumulation power i prestige. Marko je bio present kad su first opened chamber i emotion na njegovo lice bilo je unmistakable. Kad sam vidio all that gold shining u lampi light, felt lično connected the history of my land, govori. Realized the people lived here centuries ago were wealthy, powerful, the moj selo had great past. But discovery što most affected Marko personally, bilo je small wooden crucifix found u corner chamber. Bilo je carved od same type oak kao original artifact Marko found, notes Dr. Petrović. Same carving style, same symbolic motifs, clearly made of same workshop, probably same craftsman. Analysis showed the crucifix contained small cavity u center, filled as što appeared the fragmenti human bone, probably saint's relic. Ovo objašnjava why original wooden artifact bio so elaborately carved, objašnjava Rajčić. Nije bilo decorative object, bilo je container za sacred relic. Jak news about treasury spread, Croatian government declared site national monument i započela process establishing permanent archaeological research center. Ovo otkriće je od enormous significance ne samo za Croatian history, već za understanding medieval Central Europe generally, announced Minister Kultur Nacija Obuljen Koržinek. For Marko, all attention stvorila mixed feelings. He je proud što njegov discovery contributed to Croatian heritage, ali concerned about changes on njegovom quiet lifestyle. Suddenly people want to interview me, photograph me, make me famous, govori. I just want to continue my work kao Šumar i maybe help archaeologists, ponuda ja mogu. Archaeological Institute offered Marko permanent position kao site supervisor. Role show would involve koordinacija između research teams i local community. Marko understands both local environment i arheologički process, objašnjava Dr. Petrović. Nema better person da oversee day-to-day operations. Posle mnogo deliberation, Marko accepted position, ali pod condition da može continue his šumarski rad čast vreme. Trees javljаются u mom blood, objašnjava. Can't completely give up forest za full-time office work, but ja hoću da help preserve this history za future generations. By end od 2019, Markov Little Garden bio je transform u one od most important archaeological sites u Southeast Europe. What started kao simple fence repair project became discovery što changed understanding medieval Croatian history. Sometimes greatest discoveries comes od most ordinary activities, reflects Dr. Weber. Marko's story shows us the history always present, just below surface. Ždaća someone observant enough to recognize its significance. Marko's transformation od simple Šumar the archaeological collaborator represents perfect fusion practical experience i academic knowledge, proving što most valuable discoveries often results od cooperative među people from very different backgrounds. Do kraja 2009. godine, Markov skromni vrt postao je jednog od najposjećenijih arheoloških lokaliteta u Hrvatskoj. Zagreb Archaeological Institute ustanovio je Permanent Research Station u adaptiranom building u centru sela, a lokalne vlasti počele su planirati infrastructure projects that accommodate growing number academic visitors i tourists. Never imagined da ću postati tourist guide u svojem vlastitom vrtu, govori Marko s humorom. No interesting je learn o history mog područja. Everyday discovery teaches me nešto new o people koji su živeli here centuries ago. Marko se prilagodio svojoj novoj ulozi kao site supervisor s karakteristična slavonska practical. Ujutro radi s archaeological teams, dokumentiranje new discoveries i maintaining site security. Afternoons posvećuje šumarskim duties u local forests, insisting that his connection voj prirodu must remain strong. Balancing two worlds nije lako, priznaje Marko. Archaeological work trebuje precision i patience. Šumarski rad requires physical strength i intuition. No both involve understanding earth i natural processes, so nije completely different. Najsignificant discovery vo early 2020 bilo je uncovering medieval workshop gde su originally created wooden artifacts koje Marko first found. Located u basement main building complex, workshop contained tools, raw materials i half-finished pieces što provide invaluable insight u medieval craftsmanship. Workshop bio je sophisticated operation, opisuje Dr. Petrović. Našli smo evidence-specialized craftsmen who rabotali as imported materials, oak od Germany, ivory od Africa, precious metals od various European centers. Ova ne bio local village workshop, bio je high-end production facility servicing wealthy elite. Among workshop findings, team discovered personal belongings craftsmen, eating utensils, clothing items, even children's toys. Ovi personal artifacts humanize sight, observes Rajcic. Remind us that behind all this wealthy prestige were real families Javeli, worked, raised children. Marko developed particular fascinations medieval woodworking techniques. Learning about craftsmanship at 500 years ago changed kako vidim my own šumarski rad, govori. Ove craftsmen understood wood u ways što modern people zabili. They knew secrets cutting, drying, carving, što bi mogli improve modern forestry. Spring 2020 brought unexpected development. A rival international team led by Professor Margaret Thompson, OD Oxford University. Professor Thompson specialist u medieval European religious artifacts, specifically reliquaries e pilgrimage objects. Croatian site je unique u preservation religious workshop alongside treasury i chapel. Objašnjava Professor Thompson. Omogućuje nam da study entire ecosystem medieval religious practice. International collaboration resulted u sophisticated analysis techniques što reveal new layers information about site. Carbon dating confirmed što complex bila developed u waves. Earliest structures at 1350s, major expansion of 1470s, quando dodi Batstajani alliance, final additions u early 1500s before Ottoman, threats forced abandonment. Radiocarbon results također explain zašto site was so well preserved, govori Professor Thompson. Rapid abandonment zbog Turkish advance meant hogi valuable objects were hastily buried rather than removed. People intended to return when danger passed, ali nikada didn't. Marko became increasingly involved u actual archaeological work, ni just site supervision. Jeho growing expertise u medieval woodworking led day assignments analyzing newly discovered wooden artifacts. Marko has intuitive understanding of how medieval craftsmen worked, praises Dr. Petrović. Can determine manufacturing techniques just by examining tool marks on a wood surface. Most emotionally significant moment za Marko came u autumn 2020. When team discovered gravestone appeared that belonged to master craftsmen responsible za original artifacts. Buried rядом с workshop, grave contained tools identical to those found at workshop, plus wooden cross-carved u same distinctive style. Understanding the original craftsman bio je buried here, što his tools I work ya could touch, to created очень personal connection, opisuje Marko. Felt kao što sam meeting ancestor, someone who ponimal wood I craftsmanship kao ya do. Cemetery discovery led the comprehensive survey što revealed medieval village surrounding main complex. Ground-penetrating radar showed foundations, duzini houses, streets, even small market square. Realized što entire community existed here, govori Dr. Petrović. Ne just aristocratic residence, ali complete medieval settlement. Marko's rola evolved again kao archaeological evidence revealed scopes to his property contained only fraction complete site. Archaeological Institute began negotiating as neighboring landowners the permission to expand excavation. Marko became naš ambassador the local community, объясняет Dr. Petrović. His reputation I practical approach pomogi convince neighbors to cooperate. by end 2020. Što started kao fence repair u Markov garden developed u largest archaeological project u modern Croatian history. Government announced plans za complete archaeological park što would preserve I present medieval settlements za public education and tourism. Marko's accidental discovery created opportunity to establish world-class archaeological facility u heart Slavonia, announced Deputy Prime Minister. For Marko personally, transformation bilo je profound. Od unknown village Šumar became recognized expert u medieval woodworking, published co-author professional archaeological papers, he sought after lecturer at forestry schools throughout Croatia. Life completely changed, ali osnovni values ostale same, reflexes. Still love trees, still believe you importance of hard work, I now appreciate kako history I present connected. U proljeće 2021. godine, 2 godine nakon početnog otkrića, Marko Horvat našao se u potpuno drugačijoj situaciji nego što je ikad zamišljao. Međunarodni archaeological team proširio se na preko 30 stručnjaka iz 8 različitih zemalja, a njegov skromni vrt postao je epicentar jednog od najvećih medieval archaeology projects u Europi. Sometimes gledam around I pitam se je li ovo stvarno moj život, govori Marko. 2 years ago bio sam just Šumar koji hotel počinjite o gradu. Sada imam visiting professors od Harvard I Cambridge asking my opinion o medieval woodworking techniques. Markova ekspertiza postala je neočekivano valuable za međunarodnu research community. Njegovo duboko razumijevanje wood behavior, combined s hands-on experience s arheološkim materijalima, dalo mu unique perspective što academics didn't possess. Marko može interpret tool marks, grain patterns, weathering effects u ways što transform how me understand medieval craftsmanship, objašnjava profesor Thompson. Najveći projekt 2021. godine bio je Systematic Reconstruction Medieval Workshop using traditional techniques I tools. Marko byl appointed project leader. Responsibilities to initially intimidated him. Felt enormous pressure to succeed. Priznaje. International experts were watching, universities were funding project, no ja znao što mogu da rely na my practical experience. Reconstruction project required sourcing materials identical onima korišćenim u medieval times. Marko vykorzystał svoje šumarske connections da locate appropriate oak groves, zatim supervised harvest using traditional methods. Modern forestry techniques wouldn't work the project. Objašnjava. Needed to cut trees at specific time goda, dry wood using medieval methods, prepare materials exactly as original craftsmen did. Working as international team taught Marko just how valuable his practical knowledge attained. Academic archaeologists are brilliant at analyzing evidence and interpreting historical context, ali many lack hands-on experience as actual materials, observes. Could see my understanding despre how wood behaves at different conditions, delonam insights što purely theoretical knowledge couldn't provide. Reconstruction process revealed surprising sophistication medieval workshop operations. Working with authentic materials and techniques, realized Hoagie original craftsmen were much more advanced than previously thought. Govori Marko. Their understanding wood science, tool design, production organization bilo extraordinary. International attention attracted academic institutions offering Marko scholarship opportunities. Oxford University invited him as a guest research position. Harvard proposed collaborative study program. Several German universities offered positions combining practical forestry's archaeological research. Overwhelming to receive key opportunities, priznает. No must ostavаться grounded u my Slavonian roots. After careful consideration, Marko accepted part-time research positions University u Zagreb, što allowed him to continue živet u Gornjem Dragancu while contributing to academic research. Perfect solution, objašnjava. Can share my knowledge with wider community whilst maintaining connection, the home and continuing forest work. Markova growing akademička reputation led to invitations, lecture international conferences. Prvi put speaking na major academic gathering bilo u Vienna u autumn 2021. Kadetu presented paper na Practical Insights in Medieval Woodworking Technology. Terrifying experience, wspominaje. room full professors i experts, I ja just Šumar od small Croatian village. However, Marko's presentation proved incredible success. His combination, practical expertise I archaeological evidence provided completely new perspective na medieval craftsmanship, commented Dr. Weber. Showed akademički community show traditional knowledge I academic research možem create powerful synthesis. Success u Beću led the series international lecture tours. Marko spoke na universities u London, Paris, Berlin, Budapest, sharing insights o medieval technology show could only come is his unique background. Learning hogi my practical knowledge može contribute the academic understanding gave me novu confidence, says Marko. No perhaps most značajnimi development bilo je establishment Medieval Craftsmanship Research Center u Gornjem Dragancu. International funding allowed creation state-of-the-art facility combining archaeological research with traditional craft education. Center will train novu generation craftspeople u medieval techniques whilst advancing academic understanding historical technology, objašnjava Dr. Petrović. Marko bil appointed center's first director da traditional practices, role što involves coordinating među academic research I practical training programs. Perfect position za someone's my background, govori. Can bridge gap između theoretical knowledge I hands-on experience. Center attracts students I researchers od around Mira. Young craftspeople come to learn traditional woodworking. Academic researchers study medieval technology. I tourists visit to see authentic craft demonstrations. Gornji Draganek postal destinations za people interested u medieval heritage, observes local mayor Ivan Jurković. Economic impact na local community bilo je transformative. Village što once struggled s population decline I limited economic opportunities sega hosts international conferences, operates boutique hotels of visitors, I supports dozen small businesses related to tourism I craftsmanship. Marko's discovery changed život entire community, govori jeho neighbor Maria Kovač. For Marko personally, balansiranje novih responsibilities s traditional šumarskim radom requires careful time management. Mornings often spent u center, working s researchers ili teaching traditional techniques. Afternoons of forest, maintaining my connections, nature I trees. Both aspects essential da who I am. Markova family, jego wife Anna I daughter Petra, initially struggled to sudden changes u their quiet life. Overnight, naš home became mesta visitors, interviews, meetings, govori Anna. Aber gradually adapted I now proud što Marko's work brings recognition to Croatian heritage. Daughter Petra, initially embarrassed by media attention, Sega studies archaeology na University u Zagreb, inspired by father's unexpected career transformation. Dad pokazao mnie hogi anyone can contribute to science I history, jeśli on je observant I willing to learn, govori. Looking towards future, Marko mečtajet expanding center's programs to include other traditional crafts beyond woodworking. Medieval communities produced amazing textiles, metalwork, stonework, objašnjava. Could create comprehensive education program preserving all estos traditional skills. Marko's transformation od unknown village Šumar da internationally recognized expert u medieval craftsmanship demonstrates how accidental discoveries može radically change individual lives whilst contributing to broader human knowledge. His story shows što most valuable insights often come od combining practical experience s academic rigor, što bridging different worlds creates opportunities za understanding što neither could achieve alone. Do sredine 2022. godine Markov arheološki lokalitet postao je toliko značajan da je Croatian government odlučio nominirati ga za UNESCO World Heritage List status. Ova nominacija trebala je extensive documentation I international review process, što je further elevated Markov profile u global archaeological community. UNESCO consideration predstavlja najviše moguće priznanje za arheološki lokalitet, objašnjava dr. Višnja Bojić, direktorica Hrvatskog zavoda za restauriranje. Samo sites od exceptional universal value qualify za takav status. Gornji Draganec kompleks zadovoljava sve kriterije: outstanding archaeological significance, exceptional preservation, unique insights u medieval European civilization. Priprema za UNESCO submission Zahtijevala je comprehensive site analysis involving international team specijalista. Marko se našao working alongside experts u medieval architecture, religious studies, economic history i environmental archaeology. Nevjerojatno je vidjeti kako toliko različitih perspektiva može iluminirati single historical site, observes. Markova uloga u UNESCO preparation process bila je dokumentiranje traditional craft techniques preserved u archaeological evidence. Moja odgovornost bila je demonstrirati continuity između medieval methods i traditional practices što su survived u local communities, objašnjava. Showing UNESCO reviewers the site represents živu cultural tradition, ne just historical artifact. Research je revealed da je medieval workshop u Gornjem Dragancu bio part extensive trade network povezujući Central Europe s Mediterranean markets. Isotope analysis wood samples pokazao je materials imported od Bavaria, Northern Italy, čak i Scandinavia. Complex je bio major production center serving clients throughout region, govori profesor Thompson. Economic analysis archaeological evidence demonstrirao je enormous wealth concentrated u medieval settlement. Conservative estimates suggest annual income equivalent nekoliko million euros u modern terms. Wealth je došao od combination factors: strategic location na trade routes, monopoly na certain craft specializations, i political connections as powerful noble families, objašnjava professor James Mitchell, Cambridge economist specializing in medieval economics. Marko had developed particular expertise analyzing economic evidence embedded u archaeological materials. Learning da čitam production patterns u wood grain, tool marks, wear patterns, naučio me kako interpretirati economic organization medieval workshoper, govori. Mogu determinirati koliko craftsmen je radilo there, što levels production, čak seasonal variations u activity. UNESCO review team posjetio je Gornji Draganec u september 2022. Delegation je uključivala specialists od France, Germany, Turkey i India, each evaluating different aspects site's significance. Marko je bio charged s demonstriranjem traditional craft techniques using authentic materials i methods. Pressure je bio intense, sjeća se Marko. UNESCO decision mogla je afektirati ne samo site's future, ali entire region's economic development. Tourism, academic research, cultural preservation, sve je dependalo na positive evaluation. Markova demonstracija medieval woodworking techniques proved decisive factor u UNESCO team's assessment. Mr. Horvat's practical knowledge pružilo je living connection da historical practices što UNESCO particularly values, komentirao je Dr. Rashid Al-Sadi, team leader. Sites što maintain continuity između past i present have special significance za cultural heritage preservation. Tijekom UNESCO visit, team je discovered additional evidence što je further elevated site's importance. Ground-penetrating radar revealed what appeared daje medieval mill complex na nearby stream, suggesting settlement bio even larger than previously thought. Evidence pointed to complete medieval economic ecosystem, workshops, agriculture, trade, administration, govori Dr. Petrović. UNESCO designation announced u December 2022, making Gornji Draganec 11th Croatian site that receive World Heritage status. Recognition predstavlja ne just honor za local community, ali responsibility da preserve i protect site za future generations, announced Prime Minister Andrej Plenković tijekom official ceremony. Za Marka, UNESCO recognition donijelo je mixed emotions. Pride u international acknowledgement balanced against concern about increased tourism i development pressure. Želim da ljudi learn od site's history, ali also must protect archaeological integrity, govori. UNESCO designation necessitated comprehensive management plan, balancing preservation requirements as public access i economic development. Marko je bio appointed the Heritage Management Committee, ensuring the conservation decisions incorporates practical understanding archaeological materials and local community needs. Management plan established strict protocols za site access, limiting daily visitors to 200 people I requiring guided tours za sve archaeological areas. Protecting site whilst enabling education zahtijeva careful balance, objašnjava Dr. Bojić. Markova involvement essential za developing sustainable policies. UNESCO recognition također opened new funding opportunities za research and conservation. European Union announced a major grant za expanding medieval craftsmanship research center, allowing recruitment additional international faculty I development advanced conservation laboratories. Markov personal development trajectory continued expanding. Cambridge University ponudio njemu permanent fellowship position, recognizing his unique expertise in medieval technology. After extensive consideration, accepted part-time arrangement allowing continued residence u Gornjem Dragancu whilst contributing day international research. Cambridge affiliation provides platform za sharing Croatian archaeological discoveries as global academic community. Objašnjava. Ali homu Slavonia remains moj anchor. Cannot completely detach od zemlje gdje je sve počelo. Najemotivniji moment UNESCO ceremonije bio je kad je Marko primio special recognition za outstanding contribution to archaeological discovery by non-professional. Award predstavlja first time UNESCO formally recognized contribution local person without formal academic training, proving the passion I observation chesto more valuable than degrees, commented UNESCO Director General. Local community celebration UNESCO designation, village a massive event. Entire village Gornji Draganek organized festival featuring traditional crafts, local cuisine, presentations about site's history. Feel like everything began as simple fence repair project ended up changing Život entire region, reflects Marko tijekom celebration. International media coverage, UNESCO designation brought Markov's story to global audience. BBC, CNN, National Geographic. Svi featured stories about Croatian forester who rewrote medieval history. Book proposals, documentary offers, speaking invitations, arrived from around world. Strange how life can change so dramatically od single moment odluk. Govori Marko. If I had chosen ignored the unusual piece drva, throw it away like rubbish, none ovoga would exist. Sometimes smallest decisions have biggest consequences. UNESCO designation also triggered comprehensive archaeological survey Seal Slavonia region, looking za similar medieval settlements. Markov discovery suggests da ovaj area možda hiding many more historical sites, govori Dr. Petrović, could fundamentally change our understanding medieval Croatian civilization. Početkom 2023. Godine Markov život postao je balancing act između multiple responsibilities koje nikad nije anticipirao. Kao newly appointed UNESCO site coordinator, Cambridge University Research Fellow, Director Traditional Practices Center I još uvijek part-time Šumar. Njegovi dani bili su packed s diverse activities, što je required completely different skill sets. Morning može započeti s international conference call s Cambridge professors, zatim afternoon spent teaching traditional woodworking techniques, student groups, evening reviewing archaeological reports za UNESCO committee. Opisuje Marko svoj typical day. Learning to manage time I prioritize tasks, što nikad nisam morao think about kao simple Šumar. Jedna od najznačajnijih developments 2023. bila je establishment Marko Horvat Foundation za promotion traditional crafts I archaeological research. International donors, impressed njegovom story I contributions da Croatian heritage, contributed over $2 million za foundation's endowment. Foundation will ensure the traditional knowledge doesn't disappear. The young people learn these ancient skills. Objašnjava Marko. Foundation's first major project bila je creation comprehensive digital archive, documenting traditional craft techniques, found medieval archaeological sites throughout Central Europe. Modern technology allowing us to preserve traditional knowledge, ways što weren't possible before. Govori Dr. Sarah Chen, Foundation's digital archivist hired ODMIT. Marko increasingly involved international archaeological projects beyond Gornji Draganek. Invited to consult na medieval sites Germany, Austria, Hungary, his expertise traditional woodworking provided unique insights. Realizing the knowledge gained the local Croatian project applicable to medieval sites throughout Europe, observes. Naj challenging aspect Markovog new role bila navigating academic politics I bureaucracy. Universities and international organizations have complex procedures. Formal protocols show completely different and straightforward approach needed za forest work, admits. Learning Day communicates academics, government officials, international donors, requires diplomatic skills što nikad nisam developed. Cambridge Fellowship proved invaluable za Markov intellectual development. Regular seminars as leading historians, archaeologists, technology experts broadened his perspective beyond practical craft knowledge. Understanding theoretical frameworks behind archaeological research helped me better articulate što my hands-on experience reveals about medieval practices. Govori. Student response to Markov teaching bilaje overwhelmingly positive. Young people owed around world came to traditional practices centered to learn directly owed him. Students fascinated by authenticity. Learning traditional techniques owed someone who discovered original medieval workshop creates special connection to history. Observes Professor Thompson, who frequently brings Cambridge students to Croatia. Local community u Gornjem Dragancu continued adapting to their village's transformation into international destination. Several residents opened bed and breakfast accommodations. Local restaurant expanded menu da include medieval-inspired dishes. Craft shops began selling replicas, artifacts using traditional methods Marko taught. Village Kojeja, once struggling's depopulation, now thriving cultural center. Govori Mayor Ivan Yurkovich. Young people returning to work, tourism, traditional crafts, archaeological support services. Markov discovery literally saved our community. However, success also brought challenges. Increased tourism created parking problems, noise issues, strain the local infrastructure. Management committee, including Marko, constantly working to balance economic benefits, quality življenja za residents. Must remember though we're first and foremost living community, not theme park. Emphasizes Marko. Tourism I research important. Ali people žive here, raise families, have normal lives, cannot sacrifice njihova well-being za economic development. International academic recognition continued growing. Royal Archaeological Institute U London elected Marko to honorary fellowship, unprecedented honor za someone without formal education U archaeology. Mr. Horvat demonstrates the most valuable archaeological insights često come od unexpected sources, commented Institute President Sir David Morgan. Media interest U Markov's story remained strong throughout 2023. National Geographic produced documentary, Accidental Archaeologist, featuring Marko's journey ode village forester, international expert. Wanted to show kako ordinary person može make extraordinary contributions to science and culture, explained director Maria Santos. Book about Markov discovery, written U collaboration as Professor Thompson, published to critical acclaim. From forest to history, one man's accidental revolution U medieval archaeology became bestseller U Croatia. I gained international attention. Royalties od book sales further supported foundation's programs. Personal challenges accompanied professional success. Markov wife Anna struggled as constant stream visitors, interviews, public attention. Our quiet family life completely disappeared, admits. Learning to maintain privacy whilst fulfilling public responsibilities requires constant negotiation. Daughter Petra, now advanced archaeology student, increasingly involved U father's work. Amazing to watch dad evolve at shy village man to confident international speaker. Govori. Aber also challenging sometimes. Hard to be just his daughter Kad he's famous public figure. Marko's relationship as original archaeological team remained strong. Dr. Petrovich frequently consulted him on new projects, valuing his unique perspective. Marko bridges gap između theoretical archaeology I practical understanding materials što invaluable za interpreting findings. Govori. Health concerns emerged as Marko struggled to maintain physical fitness, whilst managing increasingly sedentary academic responsibilities. Forest work kept me physically strong throughout Jivit. Govori. Spending vish time U offices, meetings, conferences taking toll na my body. Must find ways to maintain connections physical labor što grounded me. Summer 2023 brought special achievement kad Marko successfully defended his dissertation za honorary doctorate at University u Zagreb. Despite lacking formal education, his practical expertise, contributions to medieval archaeology deemed equivalent to traditional academic credentials. Receiving doctorate felt like completing circle. Reflects. Started cow Šumar, who learned about trees Kraw's hands-on experience. Now recognized scholar who contributed to human knowledge through same practical approach. Proving to different paths, most lead to same destination. Looking forward to autumn 2023, Marko faced decisions about future direction. Multiple universities offered permanent positions. Publishing contracts arrived weekly. International consulting opportunities unlimited. Success creates new challenges. Observes. Must choose carefully as među opportunities, što aligns my values, I those što simply lucrative, ili prestigious. Want to continue contributing to preservation traditional knowledge whilst remaining rooted u community gdje sve began, concludes. Success meaningless if disconnected people I place što gave life meaning original way. Jesenja 2023, godine, 4 godine nakon početnog otkrića, Marko se našao na crossroads, što je determined future direction njegovog remarkable career. Cambridge University ponudio je mu full professorship's tenure, što je represented ultimate academic recognition, ali također significant departure od his Croatian roots I hands-on approach to traditional crafts. Difficult decision što kept me awake many nights. Priznaje Marko. Cambridge position would provide platform to influence international archaeological research, ali također require relocating family I abandoning daily connections traditional crafts, što drove original discovery. Consulting njegov wife Anna I daughter Petra, Marko ultimately decided to decline Cambridge offer in favor developing unique hybrid role, što je allowed continuation all aspects his work whilst remaining based u Croatia. Family-supported decision day, stay rooted u Slavonia whilst expanding international influence through technology I strategic partnerships, objašnjava. Alternative solution involved creating first-ever distributed professorship između Cambridge, University u Zagreb I Traditional Practices Center. Arrangement allowed Marko da spend 4 mjeseca annually u England, 4 mjeseca leading international research projects I 4 mjeseca focused na traditional practices I local community development u Gornjem Dragancu. Distributed model recognizes that modern scholarship može benefit od scholars who maintain deep connections to specific places whilst contributing to global knowledge. Commented Cambridge Provost Dame Sarah Williams. Marko's arrangement može serve kao template za future academic appointments što bridge traditional academic institutions as community-based expertise. Jedan od most significant developments 2023. Bileđe discovery još jedna medieval site u neighboring village directly attributed to techniques Marko developed za identifying archaeological potential u rural settings. Local resident, inspired njegovom story, contacted archaeological authorities, had noticed unusual stones u svojem vrtu, što appeared artificially arranged. Markov influence extending beyond his original discovery, observes Dr. Petrovic. Teaching other rural residents to recognize potential archaeological significance. Their land properties resulted in wave new discoveries throughout region. 3 additional sites identified TIJACOM 2023, using methods Marko pioneered. International Archaeological Conference held u Gornjem Dragancu u October 2023. Attracted preko 200 scholars owed 30 countries, representing largest academic gathering u village's history. Conference theme Community Academic Partnerships u Archaeological Discovery directly reflected impact Markov approach na discipline. Marko's model demonstrira the most productive archaeological research involves genuine collaboration između academic institutions I local communities. Keynoted Professor Elena Rodriguez od Universidad Complutense Madrid. His success challenges traditional assumptions about who može contribute to archaeological knowledge. Conference također showcased Traditional Practices Center's expanded programs. Beyond woodworking, Center now offers courses u medieval textile production, metalworking, stone carving, agricultural techniques. Comprehensive approach to preserving traditional knowledge ensures the entire ecosystem medieval practices survives the future generations, Objašnjava Center's academic director, Dr. Klaus Weber. Student enrollment U Center's programs reached capacity, S waiting lists, extending Preko year. Demand for authentic traditional craft education surprising Akademiko Zajednicu, notes enrollment coordinator Sarah Johnson. Young people globally seeking connections to pre-industrial knowledge to chasto absent of modern education. Marco's personal development continued expanding U unexpected directions. Invited day, give TED Talk U London. His presentation, Ancient Wisdom U Modern Hands, viewed Preko million times online. Never imagined speaking the global audience about woodworking techniques. Ali response pokazuje da people hungers a connections da traditional knowledge. Reflects. Publishing success also continued growing. Second book, focusing specifically on traditional craft techniques derived od archaeological evidence, contracted by Oxford University Press, za publication in multiple languages. Book will make traditional knowledge accessible to craftspeople worldwide, not just academics. Objašnjava co-author Professor Thompson. Personal challenges remained significant. Constant travel, public speaking. Administrative responsibilities left little time to quiet forest work što originally sustained Marco emotionally, spiritually. Must be very intentional about preserving time za direct work as trees, traditional tools, admits. That connection remains essential da who I am beneath all public responsibilities. Family relationships required ongoing attention adjustment. Anna increasingly involved U Foundation administration, utilizing accounting skills developed during previous career, U local bank. Learning to work together professionally whilst maintaining marriage relationship presents challenges. Ali također new opportunities as shared purpose. Govori. Daughter Petra completed her archaeology degree. I joined Family Foundation kao full-time traditional practices coordinator. Working S dad professionally different od growing up Yako his daughter, observes Petra. Must establish my own expertise whilst building his pioneering work. Village U Gornjem Dragantsu continued evolving day accommodate international attention whilst preserving character residential community. New infrastructure included expanded parking, improved roads, upgraded utilities, Ali development strictly controlled day prevent commercialization, što would destroy village's authentic atmosphere. Sustainable development model što protects community character whilst enabling economic growth and cultural tourism, describes Mayor Yurkovich. Markov leadership ensuring day progress benefits residents, not just outside developers. Regional economic impact extended well beyond tourism. Traditional craft workshops established U neighboring villages employed over 100 people, producing authentic medieval-style items for international markets. Markov discovery created entire new industry based on traditional knowledge that was nearly extinct. Notes, Regional Development Coordinator, Anna Blažević. Academic impact, također continuing expanding. Markov methodologies identifying archaeological potential, U rural settings being tested U other European countries. Systematic application his observational techniques resulted U significant increase archaeological discovery rates, reports European Archaeological Association, as 2023. Concluded, Marco reflected na extraordinary journey od simple fence repair da international recognition. 4 years ago, biggest concern bio ja keeping deer away od my vegetables. Laughs. Now discussing medieval technologies leading scholars, influencing archaeological methodology, helping preserve traditional knowledge of future generations. Our fundamental motivation remains same. Curiosity about how things work. Respect the traditional knowledge. I believe to careful observation može reveal hidden truths. Concludes. That approach served me well U forest. I apparently sushta works U archaeology, education. Looking ahead to 2024. Marco anticipated new challenges opportunities. European Union announced major funding za expanding traditional practices programs throughout Central Europe. Zgornjem Dragancu designated kao coordinating center. Ready za next phase development whilst staying grounded U practical work što started everything. U proljeće 2024. godine, 5. godišnjicu od početnog otkrića, Marko Horvat organized special commemorative event Stuji brought together svi people who contributed to his remarkable journey. Anniversary celebration represented moment to reflect, na how single moment curiosity transformed ne just my život, ali entire community I academic understanding medieval craftsmanship, objašnjava Marko. Celebration program included reunion original archaeological team, presentation recent research findings, I demonstration traditional craft techniques što su developed od Markov initial discovery. Dr. Petrović presented comprehensive analysis 5 godina archaeological work, revealing the Gornji Draganec complex significantly larger and more important than initially imagined. Continuous excavation revealed evidence što medieval settlement included not just workshop I chapel, već tambien administrative center, schools a training craftspeople, I extensive residential quarters, reported Dr. Petrović. Site represents complete medieval community dedicated to producing luxury craft items za European markets. International scholarly recognition reached new heights. CAD Royal Society, U London elected Marko to fellowship. Extraordinary honor typically reserved za professional scientists as advanced degrees. Mr. Horvat's contributions to our understanding medieval technology I his innovations U community-based research methodology warrant highest academic recognition, announced Society President Sir Adrian Smith. Markov acceptance speech U London emphasized importance maintaining connections is među practical knowledge I academic research. Traditional crafts contain centuries accumulated wisdom što academic study alone cannot capture, told assembled scientists. Most valuable discoveries come ode combining hands-on experience as systematic investigation. European Union formally adopted Horvat methodology, JACO standard approach, za identifying archaeological potential U rural settings. Training programs based na Markov techniques implemented U all EU member states. As traditional practices center designated kao primary training facility. Markov approach revolutionized community archaeology throughout Europe, reported EU Cultural Heritage Commissioner Maria Gabriel. His model democratic archaeological research local knowledge valued equally as academic expertise resulted U dramatic increased discovery rate historical sites. 5-year impact assessment revealed extraordinary economic I cultural benefits, owed Markov original discovery. Regional tourism increased 400%, local employment increased 250%, I over 1,000 young people trained U traditional crafts što were nearly extinct before 2019. Economic transformation demonstrates the cultural heritage, pod Jako Foundation za Sustainable Development, analyzed regional economist Professor Dr. Hrvoje Šimić. Markov model shows kako preservation traditional knowledge creates economic opportunities whilst maintaining authentic cultural character. International replication. Markov approach yielded remarkable results across Europe. Similar programs of Poland, Hungary, Czech Republic, and Slovakia resulted in dozens new medieval site discoveries, I revival traditional craft knowledge što had been lost za centuries. Markov influence extending far beyond original archaeological discovery, observes Professor Thompson. His methodology transforming kako we approach relationship između academic research community knowledge throughout European archaeological community. Personal milestones a Marko came Kada University u Zagreb, formally awarded him Professor Emeritus status recognition lifetime contributions de Croatian cultural heritage. Honor particularly meaningful because represents recognition owed my home academic institution. Reflects. Documentary film about Marko's journey, produced by Croatian Radio Television U Cooperation s BBC, premiered U Gornjem Draganku during anniversary celebration. Film captures not just archaeological discoveries, već transformative impact na individual I community level, noted director Branko Ištvančić. Book manuscript, Traditional Knowledge u Modern Context, Lessons od Accidental Archaeologist, neared completion, representing comprehensive reflection of 5 years' experience bridging academic I practical worlds. Writing process helped me understand how my journey represents broader questions about kako. We value different types knowledge. Govori Marko. Traditional practices. Center expanded DA include satellite facilities U pet European countries, each adapted to local traditional craft traditions whilst maintaining connection to medieval archaeological evidence. Network approach allows sharing knowledge whilst respecting regional variations, traditional practices. Objašnjava Center's International Coordinator Professor Weber. Personal relationships within family continued adapting to Markov public role. Anna developed her own expertise, cultural heritage management, becoming sought-after consultant ZA communities managing archaeological tourism. Learning to work together professionally strengthened our partnership whilst creating individual areas expertise, observes. Daughter Petra completed graduate studies experimental archaeology, specializing testing traditional techniques, discovered medieval sites. Dad's discovery opened career path that didn't exist before, Govori Petra. Now contributing to family legacy whilst establishing my own professional identity. Village community fully embraced their role, Cow Center International Traditional Practices Education, whilst maintaining character small Slavonian settlement. Tourist buses, international students, partnership daily life now. Ali still agricultural community with strong local traditions. Notes, neighbor Maria Kovac. Markov daily routine achieved sustainable balance između international responsibilities practical work remained his core identity. Morning forest work, afternoon international researchers, evening maintaining traditional craft skills. Describes typical day. Rhythm allows me to stay grounded whilst contributing to global knowledge. Future planning focused on ensuring long-term sustainability programs developed throughout past pet years. Success measures need just initial excitement. Vech weather knowledge economic benefits continues a generations. Emphasizes Marco. Major grant od European Research Council approved a 10-year comprehensive study, traditional knowledge embedded archaeological sites throughout Central Europe. S. Marco designated Jaco principal investigator. Project represents culmination, everything learned throughout past pet years whilst establishing foundations future research. Objašnjava, as 2024 continued, Marco reflected na extraordinary transformation that began as simple fence repair. 5 years ago, biggest challenge bio deciding что type fence posts to use. Laughs. Now coordinating international research programs helping preserve traditional knowledge, the European cultural heritage. Our motivation remains fundamentally same. Curiosity about how our ancestors lived, respect their knowledge skills, I believe the careful observation može reveal valuable truths. Concludes. That approach served me well, Forest. I turned out to work pretty well academia tembem. Looking toward future, Marco anticipated continuing evolution his unique role što bridged traditional knowledge modern scholarship. Goal nia just preserving past, which ensuring the ancient wisdom contributes to contemporary solutions, whilst maintaining authentic connection to places practices the knowledge originated. Story proves to anyone, regardless formal education ili background, može contribute to human knowledge ako they remain curious, observant, open to learning. Final reflection. Sometimes greatest discoveries come od most unexpected places, made by most unlikely people. Marko Horvat's journey od simple village Šumar da internationally recognized scholar demonstrates kako jedna moment curiosity može transform individual lives whilst contributing to broader human understanding. Njegov accidental archaeological discovery u Gornjem Dragancu evolved into comprehensive program preserving traditional knowledge advancing medieval studies. Today, Traditional Practices Center serves kako model za community-based archaeological research throughout Europe, whilst Marco's methodology for identifying archaeological potential rural settings becomes standard practice cultural heritage management. Village Kuya once faced depopulation now thrives Jaco destinations as students, researchers from around Mira. Perhaps most significant legacy mark of story that proves the valuable knowledge exists many forms. Day academic institutions benefit enormously od engaging practical expertise within local communities. Njegov success bridging academic research traditional crafts created new models to honors different ways learning whilst advancing scientific understanding. Za Marco personally, transformation upo village forester, the UNESCO site coordinator, Cambridge fellow, international scholar represents realization, the lifelong learning, careful observation, može lead to unexpected opportunities za contributing the human knowledge. Njegov original fence repair project nikad bilo completed. Arheologičkih excavation zanjala entire yard. Ali като Marko often jokes, sometimes najimportant discoveries come от abandoned projects. Мыштури